Hey, my village, this is your Coach Mo. I'm excited. I have some good news tonight for a few special people, and I cannot wait to announce it. Let me tag some people. Let me know that you're here. Say hi, wave, hello, thumbs up, high five. I know it take a little time for Facebook to notify you guys that I'm live, so I'll give you guys a few minutes. I see a few people coming in. Say hi, wave, or comment so that it can pop up and show me that you're here, so I can know who it is that's here. Let me guess, you want to say hi?
Don't turn it towards me.
Hey, Shayna. Well, we can't see you. You gotta come in.
Hi.
He's here again.
Bye.
Bye, babe. That's my little Brad. He wanted to come live and say hi like he do every time. Today I'm gonna start with the announcement for those who are new to my Facebook page or to me live. My name is Monique. I go by Coach Mo. I am a family and parenting life coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life. And I also help them with child behavioral issues. I work with single mothers, single fathers, married couples. Believe it or not, they need help being able to marry their parenting styles. Bonus parents, I don't call them step parents. Grandparents, family. I love blending families. It's so rewarding when you see everyone get along, be a big happy family, the way that I have my family. But today's topic is going to be communication, and this is in regards to like how some people can't co-parent due to they can't communicate with the other parent. But first I want to do my announcements. As I mentioned about a week ago, that I was going to be gifting a few things to a few special members in my private Facebook group, which is It Takes a Village to Raise a Child. I couldn't pick 2 people, so I picked 4. And these are 4 special people to me this year that I've either had breakthrough calls with, one-on-one calls, and chatted with in regards to whatever is going on in their situation. And I wanted to, I see one of them just logged in. I was trying to wait for the other 3 to join. But since you're here, Lanisha, I want to announce that you have been gifted a gift certificate for a free one-on-one 1-hour session with me. This is the gift certificate. I need you to inbox me your address so I can mail it out in my pretty envelope that matched the gift certificate. But you've won a free one-on-one session with me, and I look forward to working with you in these upcoming weeks or the new year. The second person that won a one-on-one session is Tish Smith. So here's your gift certificate. The other 2 people, one is Airy Berry, which is Erica, a good friend of mine. Erica, you have won my child icebreaker edition because I want to help you be able to build a stronger bond and connection with your daughters, to be able to have an amazing 2019, start with a fresh start, get to know her better, she get to know you better. The 4th person is Samantha Jane. I am gifting you my co-parent like a boss icebreaker cards. So I need all 4 of you, send me your address so I can ship your items off. I want to help you, Samantha, co-parent, and I look forward to working with you next year in the co-parenting program. But those are the announcements that I have for the 4 people that won different gifts from me. I felt like being in a giving mood. So 2 people won icebreaker cards and 2 people won free one-on-one session with me for an hour. So now I'm going to get to the topic at hand, which is communication. I have a few tips in regards to helping people be able to communicate. Let me see. So when you're communicating with the other parent, it's best to not communicate from a hurt place. So a lot of people can't communicate because usually they're talking at the person and not talking to the person. It's very important to check your emotions at the gate. We talked about emotions yesterday. It's hard to get through to the other person when your emotions are speaking first and you're not thinking before you speak. So it's always best to not speak from a hurt place. A lot of people can't communicate with the other person because they come to them with blame. When I coach parents, I always tell them, we are not trying to solve the blame, we're trying to solve the problem. So it's not who messed up, who did this, and pointing the finger. It's how are we going to fix this and move forward. So it's always important to not worry so much about solving the blame, but actually solving the problem. Because solving the blame is not going to make you feel good. It's not going to bring the family back together. You're not going to be able to still co-parent. The kid is still missing out and not winning in the situation. So I always tell people, stop trying to solve the blame and solve the problem. Another thing is they spend more time pointing the finger versus listening. A lot of times they don't even know what's going on. They don't even know why the other person's mad at them, not talking to them, not involved, because they don't listen, because they're worrying about getting whatever's in their head out, but they're not receiving anything from the other person. The other person can be done and over with the BS and they're ready to move forward, but they can't when somebody's keep throwing shots and shots and shots. At one point, they're going to back off. They're going to say, well, I'm just not going to deal with this until you're ready and level-headed and adult enough to have a conversation. Another thing is they can't talk without yelling. You cannot yell just to get your point across. Most people, just like kids, when I tell parents, stop yelling at your kids because their ears shut off, they don't hear anything you say past the point of when you started yelling. Adults are the same way. I'm like that. I got so used to blocking people off. When they start yelling, my ears hurt. I don't listen anymore. I don't hear anything you're saying because your voice is annoying at that point. So you have to come with a calm demeanor and just talk to them. Don't yell. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to be all dramatic and put on a show and all that stuff. It's embarrassing, for one, if you can't even control your own emotions and someone will make you feel all out of character just to be able to talk to them. That's when you know you're not healed. Another one is they're still hurt and bitter. So a lot of people, I seen a video recently this week where she was like, the reason why people can't co-parent right away, they need time to heal because they're hurt. So you can't work anything out with a person that's still hurt, bitter. They're going to try anything just to hurt you. Does your clientele, the parents, no longer have a relationship? Well, some of them are in a relationship. Some of them are married and they just can't marry their parenting styles. They have two different parenting styles. One is big on discipline, the other one's not. Or one will have outsiders involved in the relationship and the other one not. But it varies. So some of them are recently divorced. Some are never together. Like me and my son dad, we've never been together. We never been in a relationship. We were childhood best friends. So we co-parent and he has 4 kids, 4 baby mamas, 4 different states. So he never been with any of us. So we all co-parent together. So I have to take a different approach depending on what type of relationship they have, whether if they're married together, divorced, or just never had a relationship. Let me see. And a lot of people, like, rather than speaking to you, they speak with demands. I had someone reach out to me like, can you talk to this person for me? Because every time I talk to them, like, I can't get through to them. They're not listening. And first thing I asked was, how are you, like, talking to them? And they're like, well, I told them this is what I want to do. I'm like, so you're demanding something. You're not asking. You're telling them what to do. A lot of people don't like to be told this is what we're going to do and feel like they're backed into the wall, like, oh, I have to do it, or it's a yes or no, no gray area, no negotiating. I told the person, go back to them and ask, say this. And they're like, oh my gosh, that really worked. And I'm like, it's just all in the approach. You cannot approach a hurt person in a certain manner, like, and you cannot do it through text. So that was number one. I told them, you're doing it wrong because you're trying to communicate an important matter to be able to see your kids through text. That's not how it works. You need to do that in person or over the phone so they can hear your emotions or see your body language to know that you're being genuine. But through text, it could be misinterpreted. And a lot of times it is, because they're like, oh, you're not serious, and you're just saying this, like, where's this coming from? And it raises up the guards, and they don't want to hear what you have to say because they don't believe you, especially if you're an absentee parent. So it's better to communicate or learn how to communicate to them where it won't be misinterpreted. And I always suggest either phone or in person or video chat so they could actually see you. Don't come at them with that it's your way or the highway type of thing. We talked about control a few days ago, where it's like, this is what we're gonna do and that's it. That don't come across well, especially if the mother is the one that have the kids majority of the time, and the primary parent, it don't come off well like that, because they're like, no, I'm not doing it. They'll shut down and there's no more communication in regards to being able to talk to you. Don't try to control the other parent, like put jurisdictions and tell them, oh, this person can't be around my child and stuff like that, because it's not reasonable. When you're not in a relationship with someone and you have kids together and you're co-parenting, you cannot control what they're doing in their personal life, who's going to be around your kids, stuff like that. Yes, you can have boundaries. I did a video a few months ago, bonus parents, girlfriends, boyfriends, there have to be some set boundaries, what they can and cannot do with your kid, as far as like discipline, cutting hair, stuff like that, taking pictures with them, social media. Like me and my, the other bonus parents, we had that discussion. If we're in a family setting and we're out together, we're having dinner as a family, I asked them, can I post your kid? I know that's not my daughter, but it's my bonus daughter. Can I take a picture? Can I post it on my social media or share it with my group? I ask permission first. So it's always good to have those boundaries set so everyone can have a clear understanding of what their role is in that child's life. And understand, like, that other person is not coming in to take over and replace you. You're going to be a parent forever no matter what. So I always let people know, like, you don't have to feel like your position is being threatened, because they still have your blood and you're still going to be the parent forever and you're not going anywhere. Communication is like the most important part of co-parenting. Without communication, the whole system will fall apart. That's why I teach parents how to build a plan, because that plan breaks down all communication. So no communication is lost. Everyone is on the same page and everybody knows what their role is and their responsibilities and their expectations. Hold on one second. I was getting a message. I teach parents how to effectively communicate and be respectful and do it in a respectful manner. A lot of times I'm pretty much spending more time helping them heal and change their mindset, because some people get stuck on the old ways of someone and they bring that into their future. That person could have matured. They're a different person from when you met them. Like me, I couldn't look at my son dad from when we first started talking together or being friends. I've known him since I was 15. I know now he's 32. He's not the same person that he was when I met him. We both have grown a lot over the years. Even when I had my son, I was 22. He was 22. We're 30 days apart. He left to the military. We grew apart. He was in a whole nother country and gone and lived in a whole nother state for almost, my son's about to be 10 next month, for almost 9 years, most of his life. So he just moved here and we finally live in the same state, and it took 9.5 years for that to happen, for us to co-parent in the same state. We co-parented from 3,000 miles away, where I was sending my son to Mississippi when he was stationed there, or when I was sending him to Florida. But it worked. And now I can teach other people, like military families who have to co-parent from a distance, and how to keep that bond and connection and that communication. And I have to show people, like, at what point do you choose your child over your own personal hurt and resentment and bitterness? When it comes to communicating and it comes to co-parenting, you have to be able to let your hurt and feelings go and put the child first, because it's not about you, it's about the child. And I always have to remind people that you don't have anything to really do with it besides taking care of the child until they're old enough to take care of themselves. But in order for that to happen, you have to put whatever negative feelings and hurt and pain, you have to get over it. You just have to suck it up, be an adult, and get over it and move forward. We want to make co-parenting the new norm. And it's time to break the generational curse. That is one big thing I teach constantly. You do not have to listen to the grandparents and the aunts and the uncles. You go into them for advice, but they didn't do it right either, and the cycle continue. They cannot give you advice on something they've never done, especially successfully. When they've lived chaos, drama, and that's how you grew up, you cannot go to those people. They cannot help you. You need to go to a professional, someone that's an expert in that field that can give you the tools to be able to break that cycle and make a change. Breaking the cycle is not bad. You can make your own morals and values, because obviously somewhere down the line, those old morals and values of other family members and people that raised you or you grew up with didn't work. The communication fell off at some point. So I teach people you don't need validation from those people. You can build your own morals and values that work for you and your family. It don't have to work for anybody else, but it's always better to try something different, because if you keep trying the same thing and it's not working, what's the point? That's insane. Like, try something different and you'll get different results. And learn to shut up and listen. That's my next point. That was my problem with my son, Dad. He's like, you're not even listening to me. So like months ago, earlier in the year, he's like, just shut up and listen to me. And when I actually sat and listened without interrupting him, I seen a lot of stuff from his point of view, and I was able to have understanding of why he felt a certain way, why he did certain things. And when he did the same with me, just be quiet and listen, then he's like, oh, now I know why because I'd be like the advocate for all the other baby mamas. Like, he's like, now I understand where you guys are coming from. Because he used to say, like, you guys don't make it easy for me. I'm like, well, we're the single parents, so why would we make it easy for you? Just because you're going through something in life. And I used to tell him, like, we're going through stuff, but we still got to raise a child at the same time. So that's no excuse. And he know me, I'm team no excuse. So I don't care what you say. You're not being the primary parent and having the whole load of everything. So no matter what you say, it's not going to be as hard as what I have to go through on a daily basis. So he finally understood that this summer. And then now that he's more active and in person and get to see my son a lot more, he see how fast he grows. Because I put him on the clothes duty, because now that my son is 9 and he's wearing a 9-men's shoe and he's in men's clothes, a 32-30, I'm like, that's your job. I don't know how to shop for men. So now that he see how much you got to spend to keep him clothes for school, and they don't wear a uniform out here. So, and he see that he eat like a grown man, now he understand, like, I never got child support before. And I'm like, I'm working hard. And he's wondering why I'm working so much. And now he see in person how much I'm working, 15, 16-hour days dealing with clients and then customers and running 3 businesses online. So he see, like, it's not easy. He's doing 1/3 of what I do. So like, team no sleep, and you wonder why I'm like, I need a break because I need rest. I need me time. So now you understand that and respect that. Like, oh, I'll take him. He took him yesterday, picked him up after school. And like, okay, I'll take him to go get his hair cut. And it's just one less thing I have to do and worry about for the holiday season. We're going out of town. So like, he learned to respect me more and respect my hustle, and how sometimes I have to sacrifice time with my son. Like, it's your turn. you were in the military, you were away from work. Now it's my turn to be able to go and do and follow my dreams. Quit complaining and nagging. When you're trying to communicate with someone or just work things out, you cannot keep complaining and nagging about old stuff. That's not going to get you anywhere. It's just beating a dead horse. It's like, get over it. Get your point across. If they don't listen, find another way to communicate, because you might not be using the right form of communication for them to understand exactly where you're coming from. So just try it a different way and a different method without nagging and yelling and complaining, because a lot of people don't like to hear that, especially me. Even if you're paying me, I don't like to hear people venting, complaining and stuff. That gets old real quick. One of the last ones is listen for understanding and not to respond. That is really big. When I talk to clients, I'm like, are you listening? And they're just be thinking in their head of how they're going to respond to what you're saying, but they're not actually listening and taking in what you're saying. So I always say listen to understand, not to respond. So that's a really big thing, because you will understand what they're saying if you actually listen and not get ready for a rebuttal. The last tip is some of you don't even let the other person get a word in. I see it all day long. When I'm out in public and I see women just talking at the guy all in the face, I do not like that. That is mad disrespect. And I feel like that is like below the belt type of stuff. You don't get in a man's face and degrade them and talk at them, especially in public. Like, not even behind not even behind closed doors. It's still disrespectful. Sorry, you guys, I'm almost about to choke. But I feel it's mad disrespectful to be talking at a person all in their face, pointing, gestures, shaking a hand, doing all that ratchet stuff. That's what I call it, ratchet. But give a person respect. Give them space. Don't violate their personal space. Like, I'm really big on space because I'm not one of those in your face type of people. Me, I'm always like, back up. Like, you're too close. You're violating my personal space. Like, we could talk. I shouldn't have to smell your breath. I shouldn't have to spill spit when you're talking. Back up and then keep a respectful tone, and I'll listen. Otherwise, I'll be like, come back to me when you're ready to talk like a normal human being. But those are the tips that I have for you guys today. And again, those 4 people, Tish, Lanessa, Erica, and Samantha, please inbox me you guys' address so I can send your gifts. And I'll tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be day 4 of my family self-care challenge. Day 4 is... No, it's day 3. It's spiritual. So it's going to talk about spirituality. So I will go live tomorrow, probably around 5 or 6 on my lunch break, to talk about spirituality. And I hope you guys are following the challenge. If you're in my Facebook group, you get the email every day for those who may have missed all my tips or the video. I'm sending the email out each day with the video attached so that you can catch up and do the homework and do part of the challenge. I went live earlier today for physical, since it requires the homework for you to do 30 minutes of physical activity. I did that one early. But thank you guys for participating. I'm loving the feedback. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate everything. And I hope everybody, those 4 winners, enjoy their gift. Stay active and engaging in my group, and you might be the next one to get a gift. But I am watching. And those of you who schedule your breakthrough, 45-minute free breakthrough calls with me, these are some of the people that I've had breakthrough calls with. We haven't worked together just yet, but I'm giving them a chance to be able to get a sample of how it is to work with me or use my products. But thank you guys. You're so amazing. I love you guys. And until tomorrow, have a nice night.